TIFU by checking on my kids at the gym. I go to a really nice fitness club. It's worth it because they have a huge indoor playground and daycare is included. Lately my 2-year-old has been dealing with some major separation anxiety, so every drop-off has been a bit of a nightmare as I tear myself away. Today was a typical day like this. I finally got away and headed to the men's locker room to put my gym clothes on. After changing, I stopped for a minute to linger at the tiny window at the back of the play area to see how little man was holding up. He had calmed down, so I was happy. I turned around to go work out and there's this guy staring at me with the most disgusted look. I can only imagine he thought I was a creep who enjoys looking at kids or women who sometimes breastfeed. I tried to babble something out about my son, but he was already walking away shaking his head. TLDR. Guy at gym thought I was a peeping Tom as I was trying to see if my son was okay in daycare. Once upon a time I did architectural and marketing photography. I had a contract with a large burger chain that has indoor play parks. I was taking sunset photos of a very recent build for them and was physically attacked by a group of guys in a 25-year-old Pontiac that smelled like beer and cigarettes because I was obviously a pedo creeping on kids by taking wide-angle photos of the completely reflective tower that the play park was in at 9 o'clock at night. Anyway, police became involved, some arrests, etc. But the strangest thing for me has always been, to who exactly would that seem like the most likely scenario in that moment? Who do you have to be as a person to make that chain of events make sense? I wouldn't lose sleep over this. Even if he said something to management, it would be pretty easy to verify you in fact have a child there. Any reasonable person would understand wanting to check in on your kid. Not every man in the world is a perv. SMDH confused face. That's not a FCK up. That's a, I'm checking on my kid and it's someone assumes that I'm a pervert, that's on them, not me. Quote. Not your fault. Someone wants to assume the worst. I bet if it was a woman at the window he would just think it was a sweet moment. Checking on her kid. I used to work in the childcare at the YMCA. And the dads were always just as concerned with their child's well-being as the moms were. Is your son named Tom? Because if so, then the man was right. This is an actual problem that needs to be addressed with society. Most men aren't predators. Fuck that guy. Quick to judge. Check on your kids and feel no shame, my man. Good dad points. I would not automatically assume that a man looking through the window into a daycare room was perving. That other guy was seriously a jerk. I called my daughter's preschool for 2 weeks after drop-off to make sure she calmed down. They had to think I was crazy. But the groomers, think of the children. Projecting much? NTAO whoops. Wrong subreddit. Same point though. Society needs to get over itself that all men are potential pedos while all women are angels. I went to pick up my son from his after-school program yesterday and was 20 minutes early. So I sat in my car and finished up a few emails before heading to the doors to wait. Someone came up to my car and started yelling at me, asking if I had a problem. Fun times. I find it incredibly paranoid and ignorant that people assume that any man that watches kids play is a pervert. The town I grew up in had a public swimming pool. Anyone could sit in the bleachers and watch kids of all ages swimming and nobody got called a pedo. How the hell could things have changed so radically? And for the record, I raised a daughter and have taken care of my granddaughter and grandson. One set of jumping to conclusions. Fuck that dude. You do you. Fuck that guy for appointing himself as a security guard. Go report him to the front desk for being super creepy. You were being a good dad and checking on your kid. Who cares what this Rondo thinks? Not at all a TIFU. Emo. Seeing children laugh and play is one of the greatest feelings. This should literally be encouraged, not discouraged. It's one of the quickest ways to put a smile on someone's face and make them want to make the world a better place for the future. On the darker side of things, it's sometimes because they have certain thoughts and wrongly assume everyone else also does.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.